Hi, and thanks so much for joining me. Today we are talking all about these brand new Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize. If you'd like to see that, please keep watching. I did want to show you both of these, so I applied one on one eye, one on the other. Then I intensified them, and then I combined them. So let's go ahead to try on. I will list below everything I have on foundation, concealer, powder, brows. That's it. So let's go ahead with these lovely Eyes to Mesmerize. We have Sunset Rose and Copper Sunset. Nope, Copper Sunrise. One is Sunset, one is Sunrise. We're going to apply both of these. I will apply one to one eye, one to the other eye. We'll intensify and then we'll kind of even them out. For the day, it says to apply with your fingers for something more natural and to go back and forth like a windscreen wiper, windshield wiper for a soft, natural look. So let's go ahead and do that. The copper. And so it's hard to figure out how much you're actually getting. So I'm putting on my hand first just to kind of regulate it a little bit. I do not have primer on today. So here is a wash of color. Pretty. It's not like really shimmery or sparkly. It's just a sheen. Really pretty. So for my no makeup people, I think this is really nice. Yeah. And I can see it's just a bit warm in the viewfinder there. So let's go ahead with the other shade, which is Sunset Rose. And we'll put that over here on the side. This one's, of course, like a deeper shade. Really natural looking. So that's what I like. I actually don't think I've used any of these before, but they do have a really beautiful natural type finish to them. So I'm curious if it will crease though. So like I said, I have no primer, so we'll see. Okay, so if you want something natural, here is the Sunset Rose, and here is the Copper Sunset. So let me take a brush here. Let's take the Sonia G brush, and I just want to run it underneath as well. And then we can put on some mascara and winged liner, of course. I'll put a little winged liner. And we'll see how they look with mascara, and then I'll intensify. Yeah, really easy to use. I like that. I think it's pretty, like a pretty wash of color. Of course, I favor this side because I like something warmer, but this is pretty too. Just, again, depends on your preference. So let me add my eyeliner. If you want to see my eyeliner application, then my video, the last video I did with the giveaway, has that in there. But I'm going to do that and also put on mascara, the push-up lashes. I'm using actually a lot of Charlotte Tilbury today if you'd like to see some other items. I used the brown Surratt liner right here, and then I used Barbarella Brown by Charlotte Tilbury in the tight line area, and then right below the lash line. I did want to try something though, and add a little bit of the copper to the waterline and just see if that will work. Let's see, because I don't have anything in the waterline. Again, I did use that Charlotte Tilbury mascara. Let's see. Okay, that looks pretty for now. So let's go ahead. I want to add a little bit of, I want to add more with a brush. Okay, let's just take this on the brush, and I'm going to intensify. This one is the Copper Sunrise. That one's really pretty. I do like that. So that's intensified. And let's take some of that in the inner corner as well. Clean this brush off again. Let's get the other shade, the Sunset Rose, and do the same thing. Okay, so it can be as easy as that. So here's, again, Copper, I'm never going to get this right, Copper Sunrise, and then Sunset Rose. So I think they're both really beautiful. I mean, in terms of building up, I don't think that they build up that much. So this is actually quite an easy product to use and difficult to get wrong, I think. In terms of blending, it blends really easily by itself. So I really like it. What we're going to do though is we're going to even these out. So take a look really quickly if you want to. Again, Sunset Rose and Copper Sunrise. Let's go ahead and now even them out. So I'm going to take some of the copper and I'm going to go above, right above here, because I like that shade closer to the brow bone, that warmth. I think that's really pretty. And we already have that over here, but I'll build it up a little bit on the other side. Okay, then I'm going to take the Sunset Rose, Sunset Rose, and go in the crease and intensify that over here. Try and even these two up. I'm going to take the Copper Rose and place that in the center of each lid. I switched brushes. It's another Rainmores. This is a flat one. It's 11. Let's go ahead with a few other Charlotte Tilbury products. I've got the bronzer. I've been using this mirror for it. Actually, I have two, so let's go in with Tan to the furthest perimeter. I haven't used this one in a long time, but I am trying to use existing products more than once. Okay, and then I'm going to take the airbrush and number 2, the medium. You know what I thought might go nice with this, because it's a bit rosy, also a bit like peachy. I'm going to take a couple of my blushes that I have. Okay, so let's leave that there for now. Let's go with those Hourglass blushes. I'm going to take Sublime Flush here and also At Night and use both of these, because I think maybe I used these once so far, or not very much at all. So let's take At Night. And I'm going to just go in this area because it has so much shimmer to it. It's interesting. I'm looking at my hand and then these colors. These are the eyeshadows, the Eyes to Mesmerize. Interesting. Okay, so again, this is the At Night by Hourglass, which I think goes really nicely with all the cranberry. I have all the shimmer in here, but this is how I'm going to be using my shimmery blushes underneath. So this one. And then we're going to go in with Sublime Flush and kind of buff that all together. This one doesn't have as much shimmer. Actually, quite like this one. It does have a little bit of that lavender though. That's pretty. Then we're going to take a little bit of this Hourglass Ambient Lighting Infinity Powder, which I did not love, but when I did use it kind of on the perimeter of my face, it looked really nice. So let's take this and we're just going to use it on the perimeter in order to kind of blend all of this in. Again, this is, I don't know if I showed it, Sublime Flush. It does have too much shimmer for the center of my face, that's why I'm not using it, but I think it looks really nice on the exterior. And then At Night was the cranberry blush that I used. And I also used Sublime Flush. So those are the 3 Hourglass products I just applied. And then I found Glowing Gen. It's very old, but it's a really nice color, and I think that it just goes so well with these other shades. I think this is the first time I've tried this formula, but I am pleasantly surprised. So let's just look at the claims really quickly and see what they say. So Copper Sunrise is described as a metallic pink toned copper cream eyeshadow. And then this one is Sunset Rose. It's described as Dusky Rose Pink Cream Eyeshadow to give a sunlit glow to the skin. Enriched with skin nourishing vitamin E to hydrate and condition, infused with soothing water to give a cooling effect. Now I didn't notice anything cooling really. I mean, maybe on initial application, I could feel that sensation, but I don't sense that now. These Glide On and Go creams smooth seamlessly over the delicate eye area. They applied really nicely, really evenly. The lightweight formulas lock onto lids without creasing or smudging. So let me just check really quickly. Okay, so far so good. There's a little bit of excess here just because I did put on a lot at the end there, but I'm not having a whole lot of transfer. So I will watch for an increasing for you, because that is one thing to think about with cream type eyeshadows. But so far so good. And then what does it say? Soft focus illuminating pigments blur over the fine lines for a youthful looking finish. So I'm glad they thought about that, because yeah, that can be kind of tricky, especially if you do have fine lines, especially a cream shadow. I have more fine lines underneath than anywhere else, but I don't know if it blurred them, but it doesn't look any worse. So I'll try and pay attention up here too and see if that gets emphasized. Again, I don't really have so many lines. I have some that go across though, but I will leave notes in the description box below after I've worn this all day. I think they're both beautiful, but I do usually pick things that have some warmth to them versus a cool tone. But I think they performed equally as well, so there wasn't a difference between the shades. I actually have a video coming up soon that has that same idea where they are one and dones, but together they're even better. But if I was going to pick one, I would pick Copper Sunrise just because of my skin tone. But if you like something cool, I would go with Sunset Rose. But I'm happy I picked those up. I'm looking forward to playing around with them a little bit more to see what else they can do. But that's it for today's video, so please take care of each other, stay well. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks.